So today I'm here at T Expressions, my boy Rick again.
Hey.
And in today's video what we're going to do is we're actually going to show you how to prepare your artwork for headwear embroidery. Now for those of you guys that are just getting started in that, we're going to show you guys the optimal ways that you have to prep your artwork, things to consider when it comes to actually digitizing and embroidering the hats, and then your ideal outcome and how certain hats may affect the end embroidery and other little details that Rick knows will benefit you guys.
First thing that you have to do is make sure that the embroiderer knows what he's doing. Just because this person just bought a machine, like, hey, I can make some hats for you, you don't want to go that route. You have to make sure if they have a machine that they can digitize. Digitizing is the most important thing. Like software with hardware, you have to have software in order to do the hardware part, you know. So
Yep.
It's the exact same thing with embroidery. The person who's the digitizer, it's their style, it's their art, because it's manipulating the threads, which way direction it goes. If there's a motif fill that gives a contour look, or it has feelings with it, the digitizer can make those feelings happen.
And I think what he was really trying to hammer home in is that if you already have a really good design and you have, like, it looks badass on paper, but in order to really bring that to life in a physical form, the embroiderer needs to know how to actually create something
The
and enhance it,
digitizer,
right?
and so the best people to work with, the person who does the embroidery and the digitizing, he understands rayon, he understands polyester. He'll know all those small details that you won't even have to worry about, because he knows the whole detail, how to put things together to make it look right for your brand.
What type of art files do you recommend? Is it PDF, AI, Photoshop, JPEG?
It depends. AI is always good. Even a picture, JPEG. If you have a picture, I can hand punch those areas to make it look exactly like your picture.
What are some of the steps that you recommend they take in order to give you the right dimensions or the right placement on the hat?
Well, the best thing to do is make a mock-up. After you make the mock-up, write on your notes the dimensions how you want it. Get a hat, and that's when you measure it out. Just take your normal measuring tool, measure the distance.
Like, one of the things that I do is I actually print it on a piece of paper, and if you're doing it on Illustrator, then it has like the inches and stuff on the side of the artboard, and I just kind of measure it out on Illustrator, and then I just print it on the piece of paper in a different sizing. So on this one I had done, I think I did 2.5 inches, 2 inches, 1.5, 1 inch, and 1/2 inch. And then what I did is I cut out the piece of paper, and then I actually cut out the logo design, and I placed it onto the hat. So that way I could see the different sizes of the logo and how it would look on the hat. And then I made my call with what sizing I wanted, and I just wrote it on here, 1.5 by the proportional height, since, you know, obviously it wants to it's gonna grow proportionately. And so what Rick is saying is just make sure that you really come out here and you put your dimensions to your designs onto a hat, which is kind of considered like a pre-mock-up to you, so then that way you know exactly how it's going to look before it even goes into the embroidery, and then you decide, hey, this looks way too big or it looks way too small, and then Rick says, hey, well, that's what you wanted on it, you know. So
yeah.
You want to make sure that you're communicating with yourself first before you try to communicate with somebody else. What Rick's about to show you guys a little bit of behind the scenes of what it takes to digitize a product to make sure that it's something that comes out really well at the end, and the machine knows where to stitch, and it comes out with the best expression direction based on your creative artwork. So let's jump right into that.
In embroidery, there's only 3 stitches, okay? The 3 stitches are, this is called tatami. Basically, it's a fill. If you look at the way the thread is, it's filling in that area, like going over, under, over, under. This is where it starts off, and this is where it ends. And that will clear that area where there's a line in the middle. If you can see right here, there's a line in the middle, and you don't want that look, you can tell them to bring it down, and this is the exit point. The second one would be your satin stitch. What a satin stitch is going left and right. with the stitching. If you look really close to this, it goes from left to right, and that makes columns. After that one is your single stitch. All this put together will create a picture or whatever you need. So when we put everything together, say like we're doing this one, not only the digitizer will have the access to manipulate the threading, which direction to go. The digitizer, who knows what he's doing, would like to control everywhere he puts his stitches at.
Cool. So as you can see, guys, it takes a lot to really create something that's a little bit more above the cut than just a basic program that just kind of stitches everything up in a direction that it thinks is best. The way he's approaching it is more of the creative direction, kind of brings products to life. So what we're going to jump into right now is how it actually comes out on a hat.
Bring this down. I gotta find this thread. I have to put it to the side or else it'll catch.
Cool, guys, so there you have it. We just completed the embroidery side to this project. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, comment down below with any questions. We're working on a series of videos, so if you guys have anything in regards to production, we're here at T Expressions. Make it happen. All right, talk soon.